or not? Oh, we're just going.
Yeah. Ooh, nice.
That was good.
That was real nice.
Nothing like the sound of a good bush.
Bush heavy.
I don't like.
Trust me, I learned that the hard way at work.
No,
never
I don't
say your favorite beer is Bush.
I don't like that phrasing.
Also, never say you like a good Bush at work.
Yeah, that's what I was questioning.
My new favorite beer, for the purposes of my job, is Budweiser.
Yeah, well, you're wrong.
All right, boy.
I am. It's not a good beer.
All right, so
I'm terrified to drink this because I feel like it's just going to destroy my diet.
that's fine.
Ah, yes, these don't make a good noise when you open them.
Hey, it's Texan though, so that can only mean it's good.
It smells.
This
all
is
right.
disgusting. I'm not drinking this.
No, you're drinking the whole thing.
It's how we open. It's only 15%.
Only 15%.
Well, do you do a normal shot? You're taking a fucking 30% plus. All right, cheers, boys.
All right,
Cheers.
Verda.
What are we drinking? Also, Adam, explain what the fuck these are.
We
Because
will.
I've never heard of this.
We will.
That's disgusting.
Oh boy!
I went in way too hard on that, and it fucking
Woo!
might be better cold. I think
Oh.
that might be better cold.
Yeah, let's put them in the fridge really quick.
Y'all can have
Oh
fun with
no,
that.
no, I'm just gonna drink it.
Okay.
You can have mine.
I'll mix it with our drink.
Oh, put it in our thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just pour it in here. Oh, it's not even red.
Oh,
Oh.
boy.
Oh, it lied.
Oh,
Somehow it looks like beer.
it does.
It looks like iced tea.
All right.
But not in a good way. It looks like apple
Can I get the
juice.
picture now? I've asked 6 times.
No.
God, fuck.
It looks like apple juice.
So I'm Adam.
Oh, I should probably open the damn thing.
That helps.
Well, I'm Jeff. I'm clearly the technician here.
All right.
I'm Nick. I just came from work.
You always come from work.
This is true. I live a boring life.
So we just drank
Why is this
a Buzzballs
They're
strawberry
disgusting. You can
rum
have it. I
job.
don't want it.
Wasn't very good.
Yeah.
No. I'm almost turned
I like how it's just our discard container.
Yeah. So today we are drinking
Better than
that.
that.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty decent.
We are drinking that mix, and then we have a discard pitcher today.
I shouldn't have gone so hard in that.
Dude,
That was rough.
it tasted awful, and it was with a sip.
Yeah. So our discard right now has some whiskey, some vodka, and some 7-Up, and now we've just added Nick's the rest of his Buzzball, and we're gonna add more to it as we
I
go.
can pour some of my good beer in it.
No.
No,
We don't want to
maybe
put
not.
beer in the mixed drink. Yeah, Nick's again drinking his normal
Yeah, so we're
beer.
just
so.
Yeah, I'm drinking my normal St. Archer Gold. Please sponsor me.
we're Oh yeah, I guess I mean I'm just drinking Bush and the discard pitcher.
Yeah. So, how's the weather in this unknown place?
Who knows?
Well, I mean,
We're currently recording from Omaha, Nebraska.
Okay.
where it's just muggy and corn.
Yeah.
It's like raining corn.
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah, if you hear thumping, that's just the corn outside falling.
I
So
also
much
didn't
corn.
know corn grew in the clouds.
You learn something new every podcast.
New all the time here.
Every podcast.
So yeah, we're just out of Valentine's Day. Nick, how did you use the techniques yet? The 6-step plan.
So fun story. After the Valentine's Day episode, we went to a bar that turned out to be real sketch and/or a club for the Hells Angels. None of them were my type, and it would not have worked well.
or
if I tried.
under the age of 45.
That is also true. That is also true.
Yeah, that's fair.
Sparta does not have the greatest.
But since
bars.
it's been 2 weeks, so
I got a so previous prospect promise ring, didn't catch that, so that's always fun to deal with. But today I got a stuffed donut because it is unnamed eve of religious holiday. I don't know. From a very cute girl at work, specifically for me. So
continue on.
I was okay.
why does it keep dripping?
I don't know. Why is your penis dripping?
Well, I got excited.
Okay. Yeah. So that sounds exciting. So the big.
Why is this so gross?
You are just a impeccably disgusting human being.
Thank you. All I'm doing is trying to stop my vape from dripping, and
God.
I'm getting so much hate.
Just. Ugh. You hurt me. You hurt me.
As you are quite possibly pulling up notes for something on your phone.
No, Chad, we're starting this episode off with Ask Chad. Or
I was going to give you a historic event that happened on this day. Which one would you like? More recent or way fucking back?
Way back.
Way back.
Way back.
Now
Alright.
So that way we don't offend anyone.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
That's alive.
Which one do I want to go for? Alright, let's just go with the first one that's on here. Back in 202 BC, the coronation ceremony of Louis Bang as Emperor Gazu of Han takes place, initiating 4 centuries of the Han Dynasty rule over China. There you go. That's what happened today.
That's not a real place, though.
China?
No, it's not a real place.
We're gonna have to take him there and do a podcast. I don't think he completely understands.
It's not a real
anything.
place.
That's in 2 weeks.
So you know history began.
Oh, you're like Lombardo. Like if I
Oh
was
yeah, I
there,
haven't seen it. If I haven't seen it, it doesn't exist. Jeff and I worked with a guy who didn't believe in tornadoes because he's never seen a tornado.
that's how he lives his life.
Yeah, honestly, it's a very simple way to live, and I respect it.
Very dumb.
I
It's
don't
simple.
like that.
He's a simple fellow. Good guy though. High as fuck all the time.
Okay, so our Asked by Chad.
Yes.
We're hashtag Asked by Chad.
I don't get it.
The question for right now is it's a 2-parter. What if you were a hot dog and you were starving? Would you eat yourself? And the second part of that is it cannibalism if you're made out of sentient processed meats?
Jeff, would you like to take that one over? Because I have a lot of questions.
So, what if you were a hot dog and you were starving? Would you eat yourself?
Did you just
Am
find
I?
the foot thing from the first episode?
No,
here?
this is from Chad. Chad has asked this question.
What is Chad smoking, and can I get some?
Chad, what are you smoking and can he get some?
That was
is-
rude. That was very rude.
But that is a steep price. That has to be some dank
he was
shit.
also very rude.
Yeah, well,
I miss Mean Guy. Mean Guy would never have said that to me.
well, Mean Guy's dead.
So I guess the question is are you just because hot dogs are sold in packs? Are
Yeah,
you
why
in a
couldn't you
pack
just
of hot
eat
dogs?
another
No,
one?
if you were a hot dog.
Yeah.
So you were just one single hot
Yeah,
dog.
but are you in a
Or
pack
they're
of other hot
floating in
dogs?
brine in a cart.
Well, I'm assuming instead of people were hot dogs is the question.
Yeah, are we in a pack or not? Or is
No.
this like sausage
or are we
party?
swimming around
No,
in
we're
brine?
living as if we are like just as we are, but instead of humans we are hot dogs. Nothing else has changed about our lives.
How much did you smoke?
This is awful.
I don't like this question.
Would you eat yourself?
Would I eat myself if I was a hot dog and starving? I wouldn't
Do
be
I have-
starving because I'm a hot dog.
So you're saying that
No. Right?
you would have
I
ate
would
yourself
not- I would
because
not
then
have.
you wouldn't be starving.
I don't.
But I wouldn't be starving because I'm a hot dog. I don't have a digestive system. Somehow I gain sentience, but I don't have a digestive system. Am I reading too much into this? Or
Yes, yes you are.
Do you want me to like answer moral dilemmas as a hot dog?
Yes. Is it
Do
cannibalism?
I
Not a
have-
fully cooked hot dog.
You can cook
Is there a
yourself.
hot dog Jesus telling me that I shouldn't eat and kill?
No.
No, there's no hot dog Jesus?
No.
So I'm surviving strictly off of a reptilian brain inside of a hot dog.
No, you're surviving off of a human brain inside of a hot dog.
Is the human brain made into the hot dog?
Yes.
Oh god. No.
Who made that then? Who made the human hot dog brain?
Hot
No.
God.
Quick
answer. No.
Okay, then
Probably not.
is it cannibalism if you're made out of
I
sentient
feel like
processed
saying,
meat?
I feel like saying no. Just that question.
I feel like
Could people then eat themselves or eat others? Would you eat other people
I don't
if they
know,
were
maybe
hot
it's
dogs?
the Donner
And is
Party.
that considered cannibalism?
anytime Cannibalism.
Would you get
cannibalism is any time you eat anything that is of your own species,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So yeah, it would be cannibalism.
Would we get hot dog kuru?
Oh, what?
Hot dog kuru. It's a disease that human beings get when they eat other human beings.
Human being brain.
Yes. But we're human being hot dogs.
But
human being hot dogs.
all of your
we
internal,
would end up with kuru, Adam.
all of your internal organs are part of the process.
We would go crazy. We would turn into animals because we would end up with kuru.
We can't
because we're eating brains.
We can't turn into animals. We're hot dogs.
Oh my fucking
Bro, you turned into fucking hot dogs. What the?
But apparently animals is too much of a stretch when you're a hot dog.
All right. Well, I'm gonna. Well, you hate to see it because I'm gonna need to be really drunk for this.
Yeah. That was
Oh god.
brutal. I didn't like any of that.
The farther I get into this, the more it tastes like that fucking trash that I tried to chug really fast. Oh wait, I have Bush. Should probably let that guy in.
It's a wolf.
Jerusalem. His name's Jerusalem.
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 Good boy, Jerusalem.
Jerusalem's always been a good boy.
Huh.
You ever read that book from way back?
Yeah. The Bible. You've ever read the Bible?
Sponsored by the Bible.
I don't like how I went to pet Jerusalem and I pet Jeff's leg.
I mean, Jeff's leg's kind of like Jerusalem.
It is. It's
It
soft
leads
and
to the Holy Land.
it's.
Jeff's leg leads to the Promised Land.
Just like the Promised Land, you're gonna be a little disappointed. The Promised Land's also on fire right now.
Huh? Are there giant crabs attacking it?
Dude, I heard if you just comb oil through it and light it on fire, it solves that problem.
Okay. Yeah, fuck this. So I saw a thing on Facebook. We're moving from your fucking question.
Yeah, whatever that.
That was Chad. I don't know. I'm just.
Chad, you need to fucking get help.
Get help.
I like the picture that Chad is actually just the castaway picture.
What?
I don't know. I don't know. So I on social media again, I found a thing that it was you get to choose one superpower that you can have from like any video game, but everyone else gets to comment what the like side effect downfall of your superpower
Oh, I've seen
is.
those. Okay.
Okay.
Do you have one in mind?
I don't.
I would.
To make up a side effect.
I would. I don't know. I would have super strength.
Basic bitch.
It's better than invisibility. Because all you can do with invisibility is sneak into girls' locker rooms and stalk them.
No, there's a lot of other
Yeah,
things you can do.
there's a
with
bunch of other stuff you can do.
Ooh, no.
Rob banks.
Teleportation.
Rob the Federal Reserve.
Teleportation. Like Jumper. I would want to be like from Jumper.
Okay,
That's
so
my final
you
answer.
So you can teleport. All right. My side effect for you is every time you do, you teleport a random like person of power to another fucking like area from the world. So you could just like you could teleport and like fucking Donald Trump could just teleport to somewhere else when you teleport.
He ends up in the desert.
But every third time, that person teleports to where you teleport to.
I don't see a downside in this at all.
Every time you teleport backwards. So you are facing. Your back is to where you want it to be looking when you teleported.
I don't see a problem with that either.
Well, now it's just
really
like,
inconvenient.
well, now it's basically with my side effect with his. You're gonna teleport, and on every third time you're gonna teleport, but your back's gonna be to that like powerful person, and that powerful person might just want to fucking hurt you.
They're probably gonna be just as fucking confused. And
Like,
yeah, but like, what if you're
I can
teleporting
literally, every third time I teleport into the ocean and teleport out of the ocean. Done.
Yeah, but okay, well that's fucking rough. But I was gonna say more of like, what if you're going to like save someone? And you like have to teleport like into this dangerous situation. You teleport in, and it just happens that you've lost track, and on the third time, you just bring in the fucking leader of I don't know, fucking anywhere, fucking.
So my idea behind this is that you teleport. Like,
Hey, Jerusalem, knock it off.
Say you're trying to teleport into a zoo, and you're trying to catch a rare glimpse of a baby panda. You want to teleport facing the baby panda because once you look at it, once it sees you, it will be startled and will crawl away and be scared. But you teleport and your back's to it, and you still startle it. But now you already startled it, and you turn around, but you missed it.
He's got a point.
I hope that you become empowered, and I hope I always teleport with you on the third time. I hope you're always you're set as my third person. All right, so what's someone else's?
I don't know. Super speed.
Okay. Calling me basic. What the fuck is that?
Right?
You also be.
It's the most.
You're so basic.
What? Beast Boy? That's also cool.
You're already Beast Boy.
That would be awesome.
Ooh,
You already look
Side
like Gorilla
effect.
Grodd. You're fine.
You have super speed, but when you run so fast, time also accelerates.
So you get there at the same. So you get there at the same time.
It's like running on a fucking cosmic treadmill.
To you, you've run 30 seconds, but to the rest of the world, it's been half an hour. Yeah, it's been a normal half hour for
I like
everyone
how I
else.
just took his superpower and just nullified it, and it's useless.
I guess
It's like, we need you.
he might live longer.
Well, it's more of like, okay, there's 100 miles away. There's a robbery going on. We need you there now. And he just gets there, and the robbery's been done for an hour. But he got there super quickly.
Yeah, to him, he's arrived in 10 seconds, but he didn't.
You know, honestly, I don't see a downside in that because that like everything that you always wanted to do like monotonously, like fucking I don't know, run to the store. It still takes a very short amount of time to you.
That's yeah.
So it's still a win in my book.
Your turn. You can fuck that over somehow, I'm sure.
I'm trying to think of a better way to fuck that over. If you overshoot, you start back where you began.
He doesn't know the exact location. He runs past it. Fuck.
He literally, he stops, he turns, oh, I'm supposed to stop 3 feet that way. Oh well, gonna take me another hour to get here.
Does time reverse with you?
No.
It's just like a fucking slingshot.
No, so yeah, like you get immediately slingshot back,
It's
and
like
then you have
it's like
to,
rubber banding.
Yeah.
You get to where you wanted, and then you're back where you started.
yeah. So
So basically, I get IRL lag.
literally, it takes an hour in real life to get there. So an hour has passed to the world.
We're peaking.
Oof.
So
Oof.
what
An hour has passed to the world. You then you overshoot. You like immediately shoot back to where you began, and now you have to go an hour again.
So basically, I have 2,000 ping in real life. Great.
Nice.
I think we've
Awesome.
succeeded in
Yeah,
fucking
you
up
really
her
fucked me
superpower.
over.
I could live with mine.
Yours is just mildly inconvenient. That's what I was going for.
Yours is impossible.
Yours is just mildly inconvenient.
Oh god, I don't know.
I'd like to see you accidentally use it for only like a foot of distance, and you have to keep going back.
I guess kind of like a druid. I want to be able to like use magic, but also like shapeshift. That would be like my superpower.
Every time you shapeshift, it's never the thing you wanted to shapeshift into.
All right, so I just suck at my ability.
Yeah.
Alright.
So like,
But
you want
also,
like,
the animal you shapeshifted, you're the opposite size. So you like, I want to be a T-Rex, but you're a T-Rex that's like a foot tall.
Well, no.
Like,
Well, no. He wants to turn into a T-Rex, but he turns into a squirrel, but it's a massive squirrel.
You're like, I want to turn into a bear, but it's a dog. But the
saying-
bear is T-Rex size.
Okay, so minor inconvenience, but I can make it work. Unlike Nick, who
I'm the only one who got
But you're
fucked
like-
over.
But you could be like, I want to be a T-Rex. Instead, you turn into a Triceratops, but you're a fly-sized Triceratops.
basically we're just the novice Avengers. We just don't know what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah, no.
We're just so much more of an inconvenience.
We're like the Justice
so
League.
There's a crime, and we go and we try to
Watch it.
So there's a crime, we go to fix it, but we actually end up just kind of like fucking shit up a little bit.
Adam shows
The
up
great thing
backwards.
is like if we show up, well, he'll get there first, and then I
backwards,
would.
facing backwards, looking like an idiot.
But so he'll get there first, and then I'll show up. Well, you'll show up, but no, honestly, you'll show up an hour and a half after.
Hey guys.
We'll all
we
leave at the
need
same
a-
time. You're like, all right, peace, and then we're there. We fight, and then you show up for the after
So
party.
we would need a huge. So basically, we need everyone that does any crime to send it in well before time, so
Yeah.
we can have Nick show up on time.
Right. So I like how I'm the only one who got royally fucked. Everyone else is mildly inconvenienced.
Well, I mean, it could turn out really bad for
Yeah.
Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff.
Worst case scenario, everyone's confused when I show up just out of
Well,
nowhere.
the thing is,
I
get
know
to
I'm
shape-shift
showing.
again.
But here's the thing.
I know I'm gonna be backwards, so I can know to turn around immediately.
Jeff.
Unless
Jeff
you
can make
bring
his
that
work.
important person with you, and then we have now we're on an escort mission also.
It depends on the important person.
So here's the thing, Jeff can hey, he needs to turn into a mouse to sneak into something like small. He can just turn into a fucking woolly mammoth and be like just a
Yeah.
dog on your own side.
But that doesn't, like, if he wants to be a woolly mammoth, he's not the opposite size of a woolly mammoth.
You're right,
He's the
yes.
opposite size of whatever he turned into.
So he can turn into a massive
he
ant.
can literally turn into anything, but proportionally different than what it's supposed to be.
Perfect.
So he's just blindly changing sizes until something works.
The plus side for me is that if I change into the wrong thing, I can just keep changing until I finally
Yeah.
hit the right thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I can always redo my shit, but the problem is it takes an hour and a half to get there.
It just depends on the distance. It
Yeah.
could be 5 minutes, but yet again, it could be a crucial 5 minutes that you got there in the amount of time that you wanted
So
to. But
basically,
not.
I need to get real good at fucking map reading. and
Yeah, like
math
you
real quick.
still can't wake up late. Like
Yeah.
All right.
Wonderful. Okay.
Did anyone set a timer for this?
no.
Oh, awesome.
All right.
Do like 45 minutes, I guess. I don't know.
Fuck it. Okay. So, do you want to do your bullshit
Oh,
now?
not an hour 45. Fuck that.
My bullshit's gonna take a bit.
So, real quick, you're about to see some You're about to not see. Hear some bullshit where I get very angry.
No,
with
no.
both
You're
Jeff
about to hear
and
the
Adam.
most accurate thing in the world, and then you're gonna hear one person mad about it.
We're gonna make a lot of sense out of it.
Oh, he's made notes. He's been prepping for this.
Ah. I still use the technology thing that I brought up. Nick still writes and types shit for some reason.
I'm right. You gonna ask me?
Adam, is water polo a sport?
No.
I agree with Nick on this. I think it's this is a weird turn of events right at the beginning. All right, well let's explain what we're doing here. We're gonna go through a list of sports.
So I am very particular about my definition of an athletic versus a sport. I see things as and this is
I don't need this anymore because I pulled it out of my pocket.
this is
Take off my jacket.
this is not saying anything against certain things. Like, I know some things require athleticism and they are hard to do. Hence the case, cheerleading is an athletic. It's not
We'll get
a
into
sport.
it. We'll get into it.
Okay, so
gonna
that's
give
my
you-
example, though. Cheerleading is athletic. It's difficult to do. It's an athletic. It is not a sport.
I'm gonna give you the actual definition of a sport.
Okay?
Jeff
Which
just stole
is-
all of my thunder.
Which is an activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes another or others for entertainment.
Now, what's
But
the
that's
definition?
also bullshit.
What's the
'Cause
definition?
I don't think anyone goes and watches
Okay, no.
water polo.
Hold on.
You guys steal all of my.
No. What's the definition of an athletic? That's the next thing.
Something.
Probably the same thing.
Yeah. Actually, I can answer you that right now.
Oh,
Adam.
that's a long ass fucking.
An athletic is a physically strong.
I even
or it's-
highlighted.
That's an
Even highlighted.
adjective. I need it as a noun.
So I have a question for you, gentlemen.
Right. Well, athletic, physically strong, fit, and active, relating to athletics or athletics is spelled two different ways. So.
I have a question for you, gentlemen.
Okay.
What language are we speaking as of this moment?
German.
For the non-dickheads here listening to this podcast,
Dictators?
we are clearly speaking English. English.
American English. It's not true
Yes,
English.
and what is the leading dictionary for American English?
Webster?
Webster's Dictionary.
I'm pretty,
No, I think you mixed that up with Urban Dictionary.
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure. Hold on. Isn't Webster in England? So isn't that
Yeah.
true English?
Okay, there's Webster's or Oxford. Take your pick.
Both of them are true English.
Okay, so...
We're rewriting the fucking history.
Bitch, I did research! Okay.
Did you print it out at work? You
Yes.
fucking
Yes,
pussy.
I did. Yes, I did. I got into work at 6 o'clock this morning. I printed this bitch out at... It doesn't give me a time. At like 6:30.
Okay.
So, according to Webster's Dictionary, the leading source for the English language in America...
Nope.
Okay, great. Now I have to effort where Webster's is located. Fuck off.
No. Read it. Read it, and while I yell at you that you're wrong.
Well, hold on. Ferda for all what's about Ferda.
Yeah, Ferda for the bullshit that...
Ferda, hold
For
on.
the friendships that are about
Hold
to be
on.
ruined.
And you hate to see it.
Oh, great.
Oof.
Because this is about to be awful. That is so fucking bad. The more I drink it, the worse it gets.
Well, we're gonna add more.
I think this. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Before you go into a rampage, I think I just nailed it. I think we made homemade twisted tea. I think we just found
Is that what that is?
I think we found all the ingredients, and the more I drink it, the more I think it's twisted tea, and the more mad I'm getting.
We'll make a new batch at some point during this podcast.
Okay.
This is
Finish your drink.
Okay, so there are multiple definitions for the noun of a sport. We are going off of the noun.
Yeah.
Okay. A sport is either a source of diversion, recreation, sexual play. I don't know how that gets thrown in there. I don't
hold
know
on.
how
Hold on. Can we hit on that part?
Yeah.
I don't know how according to
Um,
Webster's sex is a sport.
No, I see it.
So
I agree.
So porn,
No, I
so
don't.
porn stars are athletes.
No. Porn stars are sportsmen.
they're professionals.
Well, yeah.
Physical activity engaged in for pleasure. Okay, I could say. Okay, I see sex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
I still don't. I guess increasing the heart rate. I don't know. Fucking continue on.
Something tossed or driven about in or as if in play.
Hold on.
I will work with
That-
that later.
That is specifically someone who works for Webster who plays golf and got pissed off at everyone in the fucking conference room. He was like, I drive a ball 200 yards every Saturday.
No. Golf, Adam and I will agree with. Golf is a hobby.
Yeah.
Golf is a hobby.
Yes.
Golf isn't even an athletic.
Golf is a hobby. The argument could be made curling is also a hobby.
We're getting into that one. That's
Are-
my.
Are we picking apart the
We're
Okay,
going
to the
every
Olympics,
sport.
Yeah.
Okay. A laughing stock. Ow.
So. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
Skip past that part, I guess.
So here is the one that I want to get into.
I like how
Is
you
this the
highlighted
seventh
this.
definition of the word sport? Because I'm starting to agree with you less and less the farther down we get.
No, this is number 2. This is considered number 2 for the definition of sport.
But he's gone through the rest of the list already
Because
because
this is my main point.
this is his main one. So
This is a synonym for the point Adam is trying to make of what an athletic is. A particular activity, such as an athletic game, so engaged in.
So
now we can get into the whole everything like individual sports and activities.
okay, let's my definition.
Let's go first.
No. My definition of sport versus athletic is a athletic is either something that brings that's like an individual thing is an athletic, something that is not point driven, also something, and then my personal thing about it is something that I feel also I'm very athletic, something that I feel I could hold my own in, not necessarily be great at, but I could hold my own in
Before we get into this
without any training.
Before we get into this too far and like really start to piss people off, this is 100% opinionated.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
These are opinions. Do not yell at us. I mean, if you want to yell at us, our Twitter handle is at H82CIT.
Yes, please yell at us.
So you can yell at us. Just to let you know, if you're yelling at us, or if you're yelling at me, you're wrong. But
understandable.
Adam misunderstands what opinion is. I think I should have printed out what an opinion is.
hold on.
I hear your opinion, but it's wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's start. Okay, so
let's go.
So hold on.
Okay.
Cheerleading. Do we agree? Sports or athletic?
Athletic.
Athletic. Okay.
I think
Let's start easy and go
Yes,
hard.
My reasoning behind it being an athletic is when they do compete, it's for like
The points
short
are
period.
opinion based.
Well,
And
Yeah.
they're judged. They're not
Yeah.
points.
Yeah.
There's no empirical.
but if we're going off of
points.
that, I think weight, like professional, like Olympic weightlifting and stuff, is an actual athletic because you're lifting a huge amount of weight and you're also doing like you have to have perfect technique for it.
I'd agree with that.
Yes.
weightlifting is an athletic.
Weightlifting is
I agree
athletic.
with that.
Yeah.
sport.
And-
Oh, you're saying it's a sport?
Yeah.
oh, I would say it's an athletic.
Yeah.
I say it's not. Like I said, my definition is if it's an individual thing, it's an athletic. It needs to be a team function that's point driven. That's my main definition. It needs to be a
I don't
team
even
thing
think
that's
it's-
point driven for it to be a sport. So to me, weightlifting is an athletic. Not saying that it's
Yeah.
not an amazing physical
I'm not
task.
saying that the mountain is a pussy ass bitch who plays an athletic.
Yeah.
I'm saying that.
I don't see
Yeah.
that as a sport. It needs to be a team function that's point driven to win. There needs to be a winner and a loser.
I think it
needs to be
depends
point
on
driven.
what level of weightlifting we're looking at. I think on the Olympic level and like the Olympic level, the strongman level, like I think it's an actual sport because of like how much dedication, like the amount of their entire lifestyle dictates how well they do. Like because like
I
so, like, in,
completely
like,
get your
certain
point,
sport, like in certain sports,
but-
like say like football and stuff, like those people still go out and party and like shit like that. Like if you're doing Olympic weightlifting and like strongman, like you can't do that type of shit. You have to now base your entire day and life, day-to-day life off of it.
But couldn't you say the same thing about swimming?
Swimming's an athletic.
I feel like you could say the same thing about swimming.
Not really.
Or running.
Well, again, to remember,
Like track and field, I feel like you could say the same thing.
track and field to me is an athletic. Remember, my whole thing
But
is
you need-
team that's point driven
That-
for a winner
that
and
is-
a loser.
But that's track.
Yeah.
A-
like
a single winner and a single loser of a team's. So
relay
track.
race. What about a relay race? Relay
Don't relay
races
races still have more than?
They have teams. They're a
Don't
team.
aren't
Relay
they still
races are a
more
team.
than one
Yeah,
group?
It's a team.
Is it 3 groups?
4. It's 4
Four?
people.
Then there's there's no one in between.
I no longer agree with Adam's thought process on
My,
that.
no, my,
I-
it's one group versus another. Like there's no other. It's a one.
So
it's a 1v1.
1v1.
It's a 1v1 between two teams.
But it's a 1v1 between 8 teams for track and field.
Yeah, and I don't. That's an athletic to me.
All right.
Hockey-
No, I agree, I also agree that track's an athletic. I don't.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Yes, athletic and
Soccer.
sport. I don't like to say it, but it's a sport.
Yeah, I would agree. It's a sport.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Basketball?
Sport.
Football.
Sport.
Sport.
Obviously. I would agree with all of those three completely.
Hockey. Sport.
Okay, agree with that.
Wrestling.
Sport.
Athletic.
No, I think it's a sport.
It's one person.
It's a team.
It is a team. It is a team.
It's teams.
It is a team.
It is individual based, but it's also a team based.
Individual based.
No.
If
It's team based.
if it's
but
you
get
just said
points
it's
for-
individual based.
I know nothing about wrestling, so I'm gonna step back.
So wrestling is team based, just like track and field, but it's also you get points based off of everyone's individual efforts. But you get points
It's
for
still
your team.
it's still like
But
school against
individual.
Or a group against a group.
It's but individual effort. That's the thing.
Well,
I mean-
let's talk
I mean,
about what
soccer's a
kind of
group
wrestling
versus
we're
a group.
talking about. Because we're going WWE on fucking no athletic, yeah.
Yeah.
All
But-
of it.
No.
No. There's a difference between WWE and high school wrestling.
I'm saying all of it is an athletic.
WWE
I know
is entertainment.
there's differences. That's all in athletic. If it's one person versus one person, and it's based on individual efforts to build up enough points to beat each other, that it needs to be a team effort type of deal. Like we all need to work together.
I guess if I go at it in the most primal way, because wrestling, no matter, so the more I think about it, like if you go wrestling, UFC, whatever, like any of those types of things, the more you look at it, it's more just a primal thing for humans, like, or actually any animal, like fighting is a primal thing. So I guess, more of an athletic, because anyone can, like, go in and just fight off the bat not knowing jack shit. Like, you can just go in there and be like,
That's my thing, like, that's, like, my side thing that I can be swayed on certain things is, do I feel like I could go out there and still do something within that thing and hold somewhat of my own? Do I think I'll win? No.
I still think it takes a great amount of, like, ability to do all
Correct.
I don't think
these
that's
things.
the argument, though.
No, it's not, but to do, like, also, yet again, like a disclaimer thing, like, it takes a great amount of ability to do any of these things. Like, you do have to do training, like that.
Like, there is practice in golf. You call it a hobby, but if any of us were to go on to, the PGA Tour, we'd get shit on.
Yeah.
Well, I can smack a fucking golf ball
Hold
250
on.
yards, but I can't smack it 250 yards in the fucking way it should go.
But also, hobbies still require effort. I am, like, flying, like, building planes
I
and flying
fish all the
them.
time, and that still takes
I can't fish.
effort. Like,
I can blow glass, but I doubt you two, if you put you in a kiln, you guys would be fucking fucked.
I would need to
I
be taught how to
I
do
just
it.
read a very interesting thing about something that happened in Illinois today, actually.
Okay.
Someone accidentally got cremated at a funeral home. A live person.
What?
Yeah.
That's gotta suck.
Yeah. So it was a worker who had worked a 16-hour shift and
took a nap.
decided to take a nap on one of the tables, and the next employee came in, and it was a new employee. They didn't read the name, like the toe tag, and just threw him in there.
No.
And they, like, walked away once they turned it on, and the person was locked in it. And if you were wondering, cremators burn at around 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit.
That's gotta really suck.
They responded within 20 seconds of the screaming, and that person was incinerated and dead.
Oh, that's a pleasant thought. Note to self, never take a nap in a crematorium.
That's just insane. Like, I read that. I was like, what in the
Yeah.
fuck? But it's from, like, an actual, like, news, like, I was like, oh my god, fucking... That person's getting charged with manslaughter, like, no matter what. Like, negligent, like...
I'd say negligent homicide.
Which is what... Well, it depends what state you're in, but that just basically classifies as manslaughter.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's still, like, 10 years.
fucking crazy
okay.
shit.
So, polo, like horse polo.
If I'm claiming water polo as a sport, I think that polo would also be, because yet again, it's a team against a team.
People have fucking died doing that.
So,
Yeah.
okay, so to go on the water polo and this horse polo thing, I can be swayed. Like, do I personally believe that they're sports? No, but I can understand that they can be, like, that they are. Like, those are things that
water
are
polo
easily
for
swayed
me
for me.
It's 100% a sport.
because of the fact that, like, they have to keep themselves up above water. They're fighting each other. They're trying to score goals. Like, it seems very much in the aspect of a sport from what I would understand. Oh, great, we're making more twisted tea.
Yeah.
Homemade twisted tea, guys.
Okay.
Basic white bitches.
So I'm just gonna say the sport that I know I'm going to fucking be angry about when I falls in that
we're
leg.
getting into this already.
getting-
I feel like you might agree with me on this one.
Oh, I do.
Okay.
So I played volleyball in high school.
That's
I
an
1000%
athletic.
agree with the sport.
So I think, from my judgment, I think you played it as an athletic.
I suck. No, okay, I don't want to say I suck. I made it on my high school sucked at volleyball. We were awful. Like, I made varsity. I should not have. If I were in, like, an actual volleyball high school, I would not have made varsity. I will say that right now.
Jerusalem really hates squirrels.
Yes.
Yeah.
But volleyball is a sport because you have points. It's a team going against a team.
Yeah. This is another one that I personally, I consider as an athletic. I don't even think
I just feel like there's not
but
as much physical exertion as
yeah.
So here.
I want someone to be fucking dead tired, sweating their ass off, unable to keep moving forward by the end of it.
Okay, so now a volleyball match where someone gets fucking where one team gets shit stomped, that's two games. So volleyball is
Yeah, but like each
best
game
out of
takes
3.
like not very long.
No, that's if someone's getting shit stomped. If it's going
If
volley
it's a
for
good
volley,
if it's a good game, it
if
lasts
it's a good
a long
volley,
time.
like volleys are going on for minutes. That shit can take for it's also best of 25. So the whole thing, like, where I want to make the point, like, okay, basketball, football, you're fighting over a ball. Like, there's physical contact going over the ball. Hockey, there's physical exertion going over by two teams against the puck. Volleyball, this exact thing happens in the amount of time a person can stay in the air after jumping.
Do fistfights regular break out in volleyball?
Yes.
I don't believe that.
Yes.
For one
they
fucking
do.
second.
They do.
I also don't agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a regular thing.
So here's the thing. So you know, like hockey, there's the tough guy who chips and shit and like tries to start shit. That's the entire front line of both teams. That's all the hitters and the setter.
I fucked your mom. I hate you. Alright, cool. While we're out there saying, like, you fucking look at me and I'll kill you. You just looked at me, have fun with my hands going right up your asshole.
So a huge thing in football, especially in high school, because you're getting... So a huge thing about high school football is you have teenage boys / men, and the whole thing about it is, like, within your conference and stuff, like, this is why I think high school football is, like, such a, like, an epitome of sports, is you have, it's such a physical sport, but you have those people who hit puberty so much faster than other people, and, like, someone could hit puberty and, like, be way bigger than anyone else in, like, 8th grade, and then you keep playing those same teams through high school, and then that person that you just, like, fucking kept beating the shit out of for, like, 3 years, now it's like senior year, that kid's like 3 inches taller than you, weighs like 20 pounds more, and that kid's just going to now beat the ever-living shit out of you just because now fucking, natural selection, like, this guy's now bigger than you, fuck you. Like, you could have put in so much work, and now this kid's just fucking ginormous and is just going to beat your dick in. Like,
that happens in volleyball.
Great, they get moved from the back line to the front line.
There's a net in front of them. There's...
You know what's in front of people in football? The other person.
Yeah, same with hockey.
Yeah, it's a net. And you know what happens at that net when the guy's fucking 5 inches taller than you? He fucking breaks your fucking nose with the ball.
Well, put your hands in front of your face. It's not that hard.
That's the entire art of breaking a block with a hit. You gotta be able to put it... You gotta know which hand he favors. You gotta know if he has a weak spot in the center of it.
Well, that's like baseball, but baseball's an athletic. It takes an extreme amount of talent to play baseball, though. At the major level, you have less than, I think, like, on average, you have, like, 0.8 seconds to react from the time the ball leaves the pitcher's hand to the time you have to crack it off the bat.
Baseball's a sport.
Baseball's one of those arguments.
Yeah, I think...
Baseball's an argument one.
I think it's more of an athletic based off just how much downtime and less, like, physical exertion you have.
So
unless you're, like, the pitcher and catcher.
Yeah.
Like,
pitcher and catcher, but if
Yeah,
they can work very hard and be tired as shit and sweating their asses off,
and
but
everyone behind them is just fine.
Yeah, but literally everyone else sits there, like, that to me demotes the pitcher.
Yeah.
Seven times over 3 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I can see the argument for baseball.
I think baseball, it depends on the game. I think depending on how the game goes.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
If it, like,
Well, that
it
argument can be made for volleyball.
No.
No.
I think every other volleyball team, except for the one that you played on, might be considered a sport.
I'm not saying my team. I'm not saying my team. My team sucked.
I don't know.
My team was ass
wait,
cancer.
like, I don't know. Like, I just...
Again, like, the fight over the ball happens in as much time as someone can stay off their feet. You got the strategy. You got the battle over the ball. You got the fucking mind games.
Well, okay, well, let's just agree that you're wrong, and let's find a new sport or
fun little
athletic.
tidbit of this. I got into a Facebook comment argument with someone in high school about, because he was on the golf team, and he made a post about, because our team had, like, so, like, when I was in high school, I'm pretty sure I can count on, like, one hand the amount of games we lost the entire 4 years I played there. And we lost a game, and this kid made, like, a huge thing. You know, because every time he loses in golf, we all fucking blast him. Completely, 100%. That's a fucking lie. No one gives a shit. No one pays attention. But he decided to go on Facebook and blast our team about, like, because we lost. And he was like, you like, football's just such a dumb sport. Like, you all just, like, golf is way harder. Like, it's harder mentally. And, like, you guys all just sit there and just bash your heads off of each other and, like, hope for an outcome.
Sports aren't mental games.
No, like, well, that's hold
Hold
on. That's a
large
huge
amount of strategy towards the sport.
There's strategy, but, like, I'm talking about, like, if
you're saying there's no mental
it's
games,
physical.
then the whole, like, shit-talking thing is a moot point.
Well,
you can still play the game without the shit talking. You don't, but you can.
So the thing about football is, like, people don't, like, completely understand how, like, so, like, there are hundreds of plays you can run on either side of the ball, and you have to determine which one they're about to run to be able to be effective. That is a huge mental side. And then also, so, like, you go play to play. So each play lasts, on average, about 4 to 6 seconds. They can go shorter, they can go longer, depending on how much you just shit stomp someone. And then, so you have that, and then you only get about 30, in actual, like, not NFL, like, you get about 30 seconds in between plays, if that.
Yeah.
It's like 25 to 30 seconds in between plays. So you now just busted as much energy as you can. Now you have to go back to a huddle, and you have to now talk with your team, like, all right, what the fuck are they going to do now? Like, it's now 2nd and 13. What are the plays they can run? And the amount of, like, effort you have to put in throughout the entire week, just sitting there watching film of the other team, and then going out and actually performing what you just, like, all talked about, and then getting mentally, like, not only physically exhausted, but now you're fucking mentally, like, I need to keep going, and then you're also like, I need to know what the fuck they're doing, so I do what I'm doing correctly. And that's, like, so that was my whole argument with him, was he's like, you guys are just Neanderthals, like, running around just bashing each other's heads in. And it's like, no, like, there's a mental side to this fucking game. And I was like, he's like, well, golf is way mentally harder. I was like, why? Because you fucking just smacked a ball and it fucking sliced right, like, 50 yards, and now you have to now fucking determine what club you have to use and hit the ball again. Like, there's a different mentality to each sport. I'm not saying your sport's not doesn't have a mentality, but, like, don't sit here.
It's not a sport, so.
Well, yeah, your athletic doesn't have a mentality.
It's your hobby.
But,
Your hobby.
but, like, it's like, why, like, now, okay, but I've been playing for 30 minutes straight now, and I'm physically exhausted. Like, I'm sweating, my fucking muscles hurt, and my brain kind of fucking hurts because I'm sitting here like, huh, what do I have to do now? And then I have to go and do it. And it's just, like, fucking stupid.
You saw the Discord.
Yeah.
So, quick, okay.
Well, also, like, so when I said like, the mental thing isn't a whole big thing, that's just, I'm only going off hockey. For goalie, it is slightly more of a mental thing because I see the play. I do what, like, the quarterback does in hockey. Like, I see the play, I call things out to my team as things are happening because my team can't see everything. But they have to go because we could go a whole period with no whistles. Like, that's a completely reasonable thing to happen. And they can't think like that. They take the puck, go down to the other end, they see who's open, see if they can pass to anyone. Like, there is way less mental thinking on the skater side. So it's up to the coaches to be like, this is what you're doing. And then practice to teach them, like, to get muscle memory, to be like, oh, in this situation I do this, and not have them think about it. It becomes a muscle memory
That's another
thing.
huge thing with football is, like, you can run a play, say, like, you're on your own 10-yard line, and you just ran, like, the play perfectly, like, basically perfectly, and you just ran 90 yards for a touchdown. Everyone just now ran 90 yards down to the other end, and someone held. and there's a flag. Now you're on your own 5-yard line. You all just ran 90 yards, and you have less than 30 seconds to try to fucking do all that shit again. And it's like, well, now I'm fucking physically exhausted, I'm mentally exhausted, and now I'm the one that fucked up. I'm about to go into a huddle with 10 other men who are just going to stand there and be like, so, what the fuck happened over there?
Yeah.
And that's going to happen in about 15 seconds, and then I get to line up and try not to do what I just fucked up.
Yeah, and in hockey, it's like the coach tells you, hey, this is what I want you to do, and you attempt to do that and hope that muscle memory kicks in.
I have a question. What about beach volleyball where there's only 2 people, and they're constantly moving? Like, there's no one guy in the corner who hasn't moved?
That is a hobby, my friend. Those people are just having fun on the fucking beach.
Yeah.
But, like, no.
I can go play beach volleyball without taking a second fucking thought. That makes it a hobby.
Really?
It's much easier to get into a beach than a gym.
I could go to a beach right now.
Well, if it's open, but
I can
still.
go to a beach and I can walk on there with a volleyball and be like, oh, I don't even need a net. We just make an imaginary net and we play volleyball. That is a hobby. You fuckhead.
I was asking upon the Olympic level.
Oh, the Olympic level? That's still an athletic. I mean,
Yeah, Olympic.
For those of you, for all of you who can't see, I'm dying inside.
Yeah.
I'm physically dying.
Now curling. That is a very entertaining hobby that I will watch the shit out of.
I've also
I love watching curling, and if the American team can look just like a group of dads who got on the wrong flight, that is a hobby.
they walked into the wrong stadium for their sporting event that
They went to their kids' soccer game and started curling. Like, there was no in between.
So dad and janitors who are really good at grooming.
They walked into an arena and happened to be wearing American attire, and someone went, "Oh, the curling team's arrived! Hobby, very good at their hobby, entertaining as fuck."
It's really entertaining.
The reason I love it is the fact that it gives me like a hope in life, because it's the fact that like I could randomly one day just be like at the lowest level. Yeah, it's like I'm just at the lowest level of my life. I'm gonna be like, maybe I could do curling.
I think if you are fat and can play anything,
If you have a dad bod and you're good at grilling and using a squeegee or a broom, curling's your option, my guy.
If you are obese. And you are still, if you're obese and still performing anything, athletic to hobby. Like, if any obese person can play something, it's an athletic or a hobby. You have to be physically fit to be able to do a sport.
You have to be physically fit to play volleyball.
So why aren't you physically fit?
Because I sucked at the sport.
You sucked at the athletic.
What about the biathlon?
That's an athletic, but it's a very extremely difficult athletic. That is.
We're going off of you.
The biathlon is 2 athletics combined into one that they expect you to do as a one athletic. It is hard as fuck. Triathlon is 3 athletics. Do you know the saying? Triathlete. It's an athletic. It's triathletic. Triathlon. It's a triathlon, but it's 3 athletics.
Jeff's also now dying inside. How's that twisted tea?
It's better in
Yeah,
here.
it's better. It's not as
Even though
strong.
it was mixed with a
Well, I don't know if you.
Sprite.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but when I poured the thing in, it went up to like here, and then I just poured the rest of my.
Oh my god.
Other things.
Tennis?
That's not a hobby.
Yeah.
If I could walk onto a tennis court and somehow perform any tennis
every hit.
No. I've played tennis.
I've also played tennis.
I was with Colton, and he was like, "My mom and I are gonna go play tennis." And I was like, "All right." And I literally had never played tennis before. I just walked out there and just played tennis. Hobby.
He's not even going athletic. Hobby.
Yeah, that's...
Oh my God.
Was it fun? Yeah. What was my strategy? Well, after
Hit the ball.
Hit the bar and hopefully get it in the box.
After I missed it twice off of just volleying back and forth, I realized that what I have to do is, when they serve it, is rocket it as hard as you can like you're trying to hit a home run in baseball, and just shoot it right back at their feet at 100 miles an hour and hope they just can't react.
Oh my God.
Wasn't great, but it worked a couple times.
What else? What else you have for us?
No.
Skiing and snowboarding.
Oh, athletic.
Confidence with which he says that.
I would say athletic.
Speed skating?
Athletic.
I would say skateboarding and skiing because of the fact of like doing jumps and like the amount of like just random like backflips and shit like that. So if we're going off that, skateboarding. Hobby?
Yeah.
What do you call Tony Hawk a hobbyist?
I wouldn't call him an athlete. A lot of people don't even know who Tony Hawk is when they see Tony Hawk.
I love his tweets.
Yeah. According to Twitter and Tony Hawk on Twitter, people don't even know who the fuck he is when they see him. I mean, I don't know.
Can we all agree professional beer drinking is a sport?
No.
No, I can. There's a real toll you take on your body when you do that. There's also a mental side that you won't remember.
If you have to question it, look at Let's Try This Again trailer.
Dodgeball.
Wait, can we?
Dodgeball.
Is that even?
That's a... I don't know. That's a cross between a hobby. That's like baseball, but between hobby and athletic instead of athletic and sport. Like,
we'll give it athletic as of right now.
but a very hobby. It's an athletic hobby.
There's not a lot of people that go out and I would say hobby because of the lack of people that go out and actually do dodgeball after PE in high school.
But let's create like a half grounds for all of these. So volleyball is an athletic sport. Did I say volleyball or dodgeball?
You said volleyball.
Volleyball. Okay, dodgeball is a hobby athletic,
and golf
is just a hobby.
We really hate golf.
I could then be like, oh, any of the polos is an athletic sport.
Yeah,
it's a half and half.
I almost want to fight over water polo more than...
you want to do an athletic.
I knew Nick has been yelling at me for a week about all of this, and I was just like, you realize Jeff and I are going to agree on way more than we're going to disagree.
Most irritating part is...
Well, it's because we played real sports.
Yeah.
While you did an athletic.
Oh, Lord!
Honestly, the more you argue, the more I'm like, volleyball's a hobby.
Oh, Lord.
Can we all agree that beach volleyball is a fucking hobby, though? If you're not in the Olympics.
And honestly...
I mean, come on, we could all three just go find a sandy pit and just play fucking sand volleyball.
And we just make up where the net is. Like, we just...
If you don't need half the equipment to do it, it's probably not a sport.
Yeah, literally, we could draw...
Soccer isn't a sport. You just need the ball. You don't even need the net to the field.
Okay, now that we're...
You also need all those kids in there.
No, we can't say that out loud. We can't say that out loud. But now that we've created these half things... soccer is an athletic sport, but
yeah, but the World Cup is actually kind of fun to watch.
You enjoy watching the World Cup?
I enjoy watching till America gets knocked out, and then
hold on. You might enjoy watching the World Cup, but you also enjoy watching curling. Where's the argument?
That's actually a valid point.
The World Cup only happens every like 4 years, also too. Fuck, goddamn. All right, goddamn it, Adam won on that one.
That's fair. Oh, yeah. Oh,
I'm trying to think of more things.
So
we didn't go into basketball much,
Would
but I would say basketball.
Basketball is a sport.
A sport.
would esports go into its own separate thing?
Is that
It's a
extreme
hobby.
sports?
A lot of us do it and are not good. That is a hobby.
Are you talking about extreme sports? esports, extreme sports.
You hurt me.
No,
You
no,
hurt me physically.
Esports is in like video games. Like video game.
Hobby.
Yeah, it's a hobby. We all play video games literally all the time.
Have you? I played video games today.
You play RPGs.
The only time that might possibly become like a hobby athletic is if VR like
Yes.
tournaments start happening.
If I don't know, except for
I
VR,
want to see Beat Saber in the Olympics.
those professional
For Honor VR fucking in the Olympics.
those professional video gamers sit in a chair.
8 hours a day. And do this.
And they have a hell of a
You can't see it, but I'm imitating.
The
moving
only
a mouse
person
and
that can
clicking.
sit in a chair and call themselves a sportsman is people in wheelchairs playing basketball. Okay.
Yeah, any handicap like a Special Olympics.
We're not
thing,
talking
sport.
about you. We love you.
So Special Olympic sports have the same rules as not Special Olympic sports. Some people just have
Except
to
you
do
have to
it.
be disabled in some way.
Yes, basketball's still a sport whether you're handicapped or not, and whether you're in a wheelchair or
so I'm
not.
gonna ask you, this isn't
it's a
like an
sport.
argument, but have you guys ever seen
Is it The Ringer?
no
What you're going for?
uh
It's a pretty good movie.
Special Olympic volleyball? Have you guys ever seen that shit?
No, I didn't even know that was a thing.
That's a thing. I'd call that more of a sport than actual volleyball. I'll show you guys that. I'll just pull it up so you guys can see it.
You better, if you're gonna pull it up for us to watch, you better share it on Twitter.
I will.
Okay.
Don't remind me when this episode comes out so I can share it on Twitter.
What are you
later
talking
today.
about? It's live.
Later
So
today.
Special Olympic volleyball is fucking insane, and I'm
Trying
like,
to think of
they had us do that, and it was fucking nuts.
what's I'm trying to think of other like Olympic gymnastics, athletic. Right.
Any form
You?
of gymnastics, tumbling, beaming, like all of that shit's an athletic.
Well, I think that all classifies as a
Because
gymnastic.
to me, like that's like a harder version of cheerleading, but still, I want to see a gymnast
Okay,
go out
so,
and play
yes,
fucking
This
football
is
or
Special
hockey.
Olympic volleyball. Just watch for an actual play to happen.
Is it
Yeah.
mandatory that they said, or is there? Is
Yeah,
it
because most of them don't have legs.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was just wondering. Like,
Yeah,
I didn't mean that.
most
in a
of them
rude
are
way.
like missing a leg or
I
like can't
still,
walk. fully.
I still hold the same exact rules. I'm not going to change my rules because they're disabled.
I
The
don't
or
reason I
handicapped.
asked that question is because in like the Special Olympics, like for soccer, like you don't have to be in a
Yeah.
wheelchair. Like you can just have like Parkinson's or like something like that.
Fucking the different hockey is fucking crazy in their
I've
special
watched
stuff.
it. That's
Which
insane.
one? Because there is multiple.
The
There
one where they sit on the skate.
sled hockey. I think it's.
I don't. That's the only one I've ever
I
seen.
think so. That's the most famous one because anyone can play that, but you have to only be physically disabled for that. You can't be mentally disabled to play that. Yeah, and then but that's it. I've watched that. That's really cool to watch. That's super amazing to see.
I think
but there's
Special
people.
Olympics in general is just honestly really fucking
It is
cool
really
to watch.
fun.
Yeah. There's also another form of
I
this.
didn't know they were two.
There's another form of special needs hockey, and it's for more mentally disabled people who are mentally handicapped. And because I have a friend who's a goalie for a special needs hockey team, and he's physically able to do all of it. He is in his almost his 40s at this point, I think, and he has the mind of like an elementary school kid.
Is it just slower?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what kind of.
Does it just sound are like the
I don't-
pads of the sticks bigger?
No.
Is like anything bigger?
No, everything's the same.
Everything the same time?
Everything's exactly the
it's
same
just
as
slower?
normal hockey. Yeah, it's just slower, and they have assistants out there.
Okay.
So they have other people in full hockey gear, and just
Do the people in the full hockey gear that are completely normal fight?
no,
Because they should.
no. they just put winter gloves on instead of hockey gloves, and they will help. And if they have to kick the puck or something, like if people get caught up in the corner, the like not disabled people will go in there and be like, hey, and they'll kick the puck out, and they play that way.
I really want to watch that.
It's really cool to see.
Okay.
And like, yeah, and that's all ages, because obviously my buddy has the mind of an elementary school kid, but he is physically almost 40 years old, but then he plays with kids who are physically in elementary school.
That's interesting.
And they're all, but obviously, like, the smaller you are, and that's also for people who are, like, that's also for, like, people who are full body disabled as well.
Okay.
So, like, they have a hard time skating, but they can, and have a hard time stick handling, but because sled hockey requires more, like, you need a complete upper body to do sled hockey, and anyone who doesn't have a complete upper body does this form as well.
One of the things with, like, the special needs volleyball is that you can kick it with, like, if you have legs, you can kick it. Like, that's one of the things, like...
Can you knee a volleyball?
As long as it's not, like, a full kicking motion. Like, as long
Well,
as
like, I knee it, like a soccer knee.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But
like, hacky sack knee it.
Yes, but it's still the one touch rule per person.
Yeah, I get that.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
So it has to be a good knee, otherwise you just fucked everything.
Yeah. Or, like if you're going for a dive to, like, get a ball up, and you can't get the full, like, two-handed bump up, you put your hand out and it just bounces randomly off your hand. That's called a pancake. That's a thing. Mm-hmm. But that's, like, just complete random. No one knows where that shit's gonna go.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's wrap this up. Let's say, like, to do any of these athletics or sports, fuck your hobbies. It does take a certain type of ability that, like, not everyone is capable of doing.
Yeah.
So congrats to you if you did any of them. Like, nothing against you, but if you're trying to call it a sport,
You're wrong.
Yeah, I mean,
according to Adam, you're wrong.
Your opinion is wrong.
Only Adam. Oh, and apparently Jeff.
Yeah.
No, but, like, that's our viewpoints on, like, any of these. If you feel different, definitely add us on Twitter.
Yeah. Like you can say something to us. Also, I hope you know, a lot of what we say is for comedic effect, and so don't get too butthurt about everything that we
Unless
say.
you play golf.
Yeah, if you play golf,
if you play golf and you try to tell me it is a very mental sport and is more mentally demanding than, an actual sport, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
But you feel free to add us on Twitter. Also, be prepared for our comedic effects to come through on Twitter, because we will probably not also be the nicest when we react to those.
Correct.
But
we're actually, I think we're worse. We're meaner on Twitter than we are on the podcast, honestly.
Well, yeah, because we all kind of just hit off anything on Twitter.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. If our Twitter is more not safe for work than our podcast.
Our Twitter is like where we go to comment on things that we don't want to comment on our normal Twitters.
Our Twitter is a shit post.
Yeah.
Our Twitter is nothing but a shit post.
But yeah, so thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Well, we didn't do many Furdos or You Hate to See It.
Yeah,
so
we really
we were in the heat of discussion.
Yeah.
Honestly, finish whatever you have in front of you.
I don't have anything in front
Well, it
of me.
looks like you gotta open up a new one.
Well, fuck me.
yeah, it looks like we're going hard. I mean, this is a lot to finish.
I don't have a whole lot.
I have to DM in like fucking an hour.
Your life sucks.
Furda, boys.
Ferda.
Ferda.
When Nick throws up.
Okay, well, I have to go home because I can't wear this to work smelling like beer.
Yeah, you can. No one goes to you.
There's a washer here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Look.
Hey, podcast is over.
Just bye.
No.
So follow us on Twitter. It's at H82CIT. Support us. Go to our anchor.fm/H82CIT and support us. We need the money. We want to get better mics and equipment, so this sounds better for all of you
And
guys.
eventually we want to make this.
IOP.
Well, also, we eventually want to make this like an actual video podcast, so you can watch and see like the actual stuff we're looking at and the things that we do on YouTube. So any donations do help for this.
Yeah, and eventually we want to make this weekly.
Everyone, you hate to see it.
I'd call that one of our most productive episodes.
It was interesting.
Yeah, it was
a
it
good
was very
topic.
interesting, yeah. Ferda.
Ferda.
Well, I gotta drink again. Fuck
Oh.
you.
Oh, well, too bad.